So it's 7 something in the morning, and I got about a 2.5 hour drive ahead of me, but I'm on my way up to where the Beaver has been building that dam, where I have game cameras set up just to kind of monitor the work of the Beaver. We had some insane rain the last month, and so it's possible that these game cameras are gone from flooding. But in the last, I don't know, 8-9 days, we've had a lot of dry, sunny weather, and there's been little to no snow thus far in the mountains. So I think that creek is going to be really low, like almost down to summer level. You know, a little deeper, a little higher than in the summer, but it's going to be pretty low. It's going to be doable. So I'm hoping I can get out there on my e-bike and hike through the woods. I'm going to be coming through an area that I've never been in before, which is kind of cool, but also kind of unknown what I'm getting myself into. But I'm hoping that I can find a place where I can cross this river. You know, it's like 30 degrees right now, 34 according to my truck. So the water's gonna be unbelievably cold, but as long as I'm only knee deep, you know, waist deep at best, I'll be all right. So yeah, quite the little mission. I'm trying to pull all this off in one day. I got 5 hours of driving easily with my trip there and trip back. So I'm gonna get I'm gonna probably get about 7-8 hours of daylight to work with. I'm about an hour and a half behind where I wanted to be this morning, but nonetheless, off on another mission. So that's where I'm headed. I'm gonna have to drive my truck down to a gate, and then I'm gonna be getting on my bike, and I'm hoping I can get to the creek. Somewhere down there I have game cameras, so I'm gonna have to walk through this forest. I'll leave my bike probably on the road right about there, and then I'm gonna have to cut through these trees and hit the river. Definitely later than I want it to be. That's what I'm doing. I got a new gun. I just bought it. Got it in the mail a few days ago. So I got to do a couple test shots with it, and then I'm going to be off. I just couldn't resist a chance to do a Sasquatch scan while I'm here. See what might be lurking. It's so hard to keep this thing steady. So this tree break here, that's an oldie. It's dead. You know, no pine needles, no nothing on it. Oh, strangely. Oh, I see where that thing came from. A top. Go back there a ways. See, that's its top right there. Well, it's not focusing on the right top, but so I drive through here a lot. And that, you know, that's been here. I've seen that. But this tree right here, it's been pushed over. That quite possibly is new. It's still alive, it's still green. But I've never noticed that one. And then look right back there. There's a top tree right next to another one that's not topped. I'm sure there's others around here. Oh yeah. And right up here, that one's been ripped off. There's always, oh, there's another one. It's gonna be hard to focus on this one, but let's see if I can get it. That one's up really high too. No, get back. It's, well, it's hard to get the focus sometimes. But anyway, there's another one in there that's been topped. Oh, there's another one, yep. Oh, it's behind this alder. There's two in there that are topped really high up, actually. Oh, now it's topped right there. It's got some big old, like, bee's nest or some kind of weird burr on the top of it. But yeah, this is just one little stop, and here in this group, I'm finding, oh, I'm sure there's easily 10 right here that have all been topped. Oh. All right, journey on. So I'm looking down on the upside down trees. I've never approached from this direction. Unfortunately, I have this little river I have to get across. God, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to avoid getting wet. But see, those are the upside down trees. I'm pretty sure that's the main one. Unless, no, yeah, this is definitely my normal site of upside down trees. I just feel like we're missing some. God, I was gonna bring muck boots, but I didn't. Oh, there might be a way to get across without getting wet. Probably not, though. I forgot about this stupid little creek, because in the summer it's so much smaller. Ooh, I see a log. I might be able to get across on that thing, even though it's got ice across the top of it. think I can do this. I'm gonna have to put the camera down though. So I opted out of using that log. It's a shame too, right when I turned the camera off and I put one foot on that log, a raccoon came running out from under it. I bet you I got him on the helmet cam though. So I brought water shoes to get wet. So I'm doing the old Huck Finn. So this is December 5th right now. So this water is about as cold as water can be. So apparently the sun doesn't shine over here very often because nothing else has been frozen like this. So yeah, here's some upside down trees, which means my game cameras aren't far. We're gonna come back and look at these, but I need to make a detour for my game cameras. My feet are cold. I got wet feet walking through ice. Really surprised there's so much ice down here. So here is another log, upside down tree. Stabbed into the ground. That's about a 10, 12 footer. Let's see if I can set the camera down. And look, there's another upside down tree right there. I'll go over to it in a minute. Well, in fact, let's just go look at that one now. Wow, I think the Beaver Dam got washed away. Wow, I wondered. That's crazy. So either a rock just broke free, just coincidentally, and tumbled, or something just threw a rock. Yeah, I could have sworn this is where the Beaver Dam was at. I could be wrong. But this sure looks like what I remember. Oh, it looks like one of my game cameras is still there. Yeah, it is. Look. It's right there. I should have a game camera over there. I just can't see it anywhere. Huh. I almost didn't come over here, but I found it. See? God, they hide so well. I couldn't even see it. I thought it was gone, but I just rolled the dice and I just walked across this freezing cold feet, like dangerously cold. And now I got to get over there, and that's actually like 3 feet deep, so I don't know, I'll figure it out. So even though my toes are numb, my feet are freaking cold, colder than cold can be. Oh, I wanted to get a shot of this upside down tree with me standing next to it. I don't get out here a whole lot. Oh, will it stay? Will it stay? Yeah, it will stay. Stay just like that. Okay. This is a pretty good sized log. What's cool about this upside down tree, and look, I'm pretty sure this right here was one that was just stabbed into the dirt, because that doesn't look to me like it has any roots or anything. But I didn't even know this was here. I'd walked by it countless times. And then a beaver started building that dam, and it cut all the trees down, and it made it so I could see it. Whoa. But there's other ones over here too. There was one over here that was so old that I barely touched it, and it just crumbled. Where was that one at? I think it was over here, and it was just a little one, but it was a root ball sticking out of the ground. God, everything's so different in the winter. And see, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, no, that one's just sitting there. See, that's another one there. That's just a log that has been like impaled into the earth. God, that's so weird. I remember there being a couple more over here. Let's look this way. Let's go this way. The other site back behind me has, you know, like, I don't even know, 10 of them damn near over there. And we're definitely going to go look at that. But I've been meaning to get over here and search around for more upside down trees. I really believe that this spot right here, this little creekside meadow, is sort of like a special place for the Sasquatch around here. I mean, why else would they put all these upside down trees here? I would assume it's some kind of marking for something, some kind of announcement. See, this is always a cool little waterfall. See, off in that fog somewhere, there's probably a Sasquatch looking at me right now. Or up in these trees somewhere. I don't know though. Maybe they don't hang out here in the winter. Oh, my feet are so cold. My toes are so numb. Yeah, I bet you somewhere over here is another site of upside down trees. Oh, my feet are too cold to go any further. Alright, I gotta save battery. Yeah, you know, it just dawned on me. So yeah, this is definitely impaled here, just like all the other ones. That's not a root base. That's just, oh yeah, look at that thing. It's been there a long time. Wow, it's all rotten, crunching and cracking. Wow, that's probably been there for 10, who knows, maybe longer years, maybe 20. Takes a long time for a log to rot like that. I could push that thing right over if I wanted. The base of it, the part in the ground is... So I just realized why we're missing upside down trees. And it actually kind of supports what I thought. I assume that this field right here, this little meadow, used to extend over further and that the creek has washed it away. And so there's that upside down tree right there, but there used to be another one. I'm gonna have to look at old footage, but I feel like there was another one right here somewhere. I wonder if it got washed away. In fact, that log right there might be new. Like I said, I have footage. I can look at old footage, but that might have got brought here in the recent flood. But yeah, there was more upside down trees. Unless it is possible that a hunter came through here and did what I just did. Pushed on them, broke them, knocked them over. Which is real shitty. I would never intentionally mess with or wreck any of the stuff that the Sasquatch has built. But a lot of people will walk right by it and not even think about what it is. Just gonna, weird log stuck in the earth. Let's break it and knock it over. Yeah, it's really strange. There was a few of them that just don't seem to be here anymore. All right, we're going to the other site. So that's kind of strange. I wouldn't be surprised if that used to be standing up more straight like. because that's, you know, I call them all upside down trees, but the Sasquatch here, they will pick up a tree and stab with the roots up in the air, but they seem to just pick up logs and stab them into the ground, logs without roots up in the air, which makes sense because this is all logging territory. So you're gonna find a lot of logs down here that have been cut. And I don't think a Sasquatch really cares necessarily if there's roots on the one end or not. I think they just drive it into the ground and it's something symbolical for them. I see a rock sitting right here. I didn't put it there. Oh, somebody did though. It's kind of cool. But I got way cooler and I don't feel like carrying it. But it'll be here for me whenever I want it. It could have been me that set that there when I was out rock hunting, but I don't think it was, because I don't think I've ever rock hunted up this little creek right here. I always stay on the main river. So this area's always weirded me out. I mean, why? Why are all these logs? Ooh, that one's pretty sturdy still. You can see where it's starting to decay at the bottom. And see, this thing is pretty mangled. I mean, it looks like something just tore it apart. Like that isn't done with any kind of chainsaw or axe. Oh, wow. And yeah, see, that's not a root ball. It's rotting at the bottom. You know, stumps don't rot like that. The roots in the stump of a tree is really like the last thing it will ever rot on a tree. But when you stick them in upside down, it'll just start rotting. And that thing I just broke off, look, that's another one that was stabbed in there. I didn't mean to break it. Ugh. Try to put it back. So that's actually two that are stuck in there. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then this guy 4. See, I want to see if I can stand next to it. Whoa! Wow! Oh, that's right. Oh. See, these are holes where I think there used to be. That's what I just stepped into. See, I think there used to be other upside down trees in those holes. Oh, and something or someone removed them. See, this is my favorite by far. This thing is pretty badass. I mean, that's a big, big log. The fact that something picked that thing up and lawn darted it into the ground like that, it's freaking amazing. All right, we were counting them, right? That was 4. That was number 4. Oh, I wonder if the elk skull was still here. Oh, it might be gone. Oh, it is gone. Yeah, because there's like a hip bone to the elk. But there used to be a skull over here, an elk skull. The skull and jawbone. Oh, okay, wait. Here's some more parts and pieces to it. See? That's a pretty good size jaw, too. I mean, oh, there's the skull. Here we go. Hidden in the ice. Oh. There you go. Something had its way with this elk out here, and they ate it right here in their little ceremonial meadow. So here's another root sticking up. This would be number 5. I mean, there's no way nature did this. Nature doesn't take trees and stick them upside down like this. And then, so these are other ones over here. Like this right here. It's just a little stump. But, oh, it's not. Look, it's not growing there. That's not a tree. It's another one that's been stabbed. I mean, I wish you were here in person. You could really see. That is not. See how it wiggles? The stump doesn't wiggle at all. Okay, so we're on 5. We're on 6. This is another one that it's broke off. Oh, you can see part of what broke off of it. Oh yeah, look at that wiggle. That's another one for sure, just stuck into the ground. Where at? That's 5, 6, 7, I believe. Here's another hole in the ground. You can't really see it very well, but that's a big old hole where I think one used to be. Here's a big old arch tree. I know people love to try to convince me that that's natural, but if that's natural, that tree bent over, arched to hell and back, why is it the only one in this big old grove of trees that are all straight up? Look at over there. There's 1,000 of them over there. The same type of tree. Not a single one of them is arched like that. You might get a branch or two that reaches out and arches. That was bent on purpose. Probably by a juvenile playing around. Climbing it and swinging on it, or who knows why they do it. But I know they do it. Okay, so that was 7. This right here, number 8. Oh God, that's a big fat log. And that is stabbed in there. It's not, and look, actually you can tell because it's fatter at the top and gets skinnier at the bottom. So it's upside down. So what was that? That'd be number 8. This one right here. This one's super tall. Number 9. And watch how much it'll move. I don't even like touching that one. See if I can get this camera to balance so I can stand next to that one. Well, not an ideal position, but I mean, this right here, this is up in the air. Ooh, that's up in the air almost, I don't know, 15 feet at least, maybe more than 15 feet. I mean, that's a big, heavy log. To pick that thing up and stab it into the earth like it's insane. Crazy. What I love about these upside down trees is you can't even begin to say Mother Nature did this. You know, like people can argue with me about the tree breaks and the tree bends. You know, even though most of those tree bends, like, you can't even argue that they're Mother Nature. I mean, it's just impossible. But you have a better chance of arguing that they're natural than you do with these. There's no way Mother Nature does that. I lost count. What was this? 9, I believe? Yeah, it was 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we're on 9. And I believe there's another one over here. Oh, let's go look at it while we're here. There could be some over here I don't know about as well. I know I have had it in my head that there was 15 upside down trees down here. I could be wrong. Might be more like 12 or 13. But yeah, here's another one. Oh yeah, it's super loose. And it's way fatter. The fat end is up. And it tapers and gets skinnier down there. I wonder why there's rocks put right here. God, I believe that makes 10, not counting the ones at the other site. The other site, there was what, 3 over there? There used to be 5. And so, yeah, that's where I would have got the 15 from. So now we got probably 13 since the floodwater. See, all of these logs piled up over here are weird. I mean, this could be from a flood or something. But I think a lot of these used to be upside down trees. And high water or storms or whatever knocked them down. Because see, this tree's like partially buried in the mud, kind of. But it could just be from a flood. It got washed over here. And like this log right here, I bet you it used, because it looks pretty broke off right here. I don't know if that's coming out in the camera, but I mean, it's completely been snapped off from something. So that probably used to be one. And we're back over here. See, that's a pretty good sized log right there. Stuck in the ground. I mean, both of them, but that big taller one. But this is my favorite, this big guy. And then that one there I always liked. It's pretty cool. So strangely, my feet aren't bothering me now. They're still soaking wet and in ice. I think they're just, it's so numb that it just stopped hurting. See this patch of forest over here, it's really steep. It's like a cliff climbing out of it right here. But I want to get in there. I want to do a lot of exploring in this little forest here, because this canyon is all protected. They can never log in these canyons because of erosion and protection of the fish. And that protection, I think, is what brings the Sasquatch here. I mean, I don't know that they know it's protected, but I think they recognize by some of the giant old growth trees you can find in there and other things in there. You know, just the absence of people, period, in these canyons makes it pretty ideal for the Sasquatch. But really, this area is so vast. Whenever you get up on a mountaintop around here, I mean, you just look in every direction and all you see is forested hills in every direction. It's like endless. But all of these forested hills are lumber gardens. So they're all covered in roads and stuff. Even though the roads are gated and protected, it's weird. Like, you feel like you're in a wilderness where people never are. But in reality, it's just a big old garden, big old timber garden. And so people are out here, forestry workers. People come out to inspect the lumber and inspect the tree's health. And there's always land being bought and sold. And so even though you're pretty isolated and people are pretty rare out here, they are out here. But one thing I will say is, never once in all of the time I've been out here have I ever encountered a person anywhere other than the roads. Like walking out in the woods, walking up the creek. The closest thing I've ever had to an encounter with a person out here in the woods was one time I was swimming in the creek and I felt pretty much all alone. So I actually was swimming naked because I didn't want to have a bunch of wet clothes on when I hiked out of the creek. And as I was walking around butt naked, I smelled cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I used to, so I could immediately recognize the smell. And so I do think some freaking creeper was watching me walk around naked, smoking a cigarette. Kind of creeped me out, so I put my underwear on and just swam around, walked around in my underwear. But that's the closest I've came to crossing paths with anyone out here. God, I thought I just saw something over there. What the hell was that? Oh, I just saw something like flashed through the trees. It was like a dark color movement. I don't know. Should probably go get my my shoes, socks and shoes back on. Alright, bye-bye trees. Upside down trees. I see my shoes. See, there they are. I don't know why I'm wearing those shoes. They're like these, I don't know, like commando forest green, like boots for, I don't really know what you'd call them. They're kind of like a cross between an athletic shoe and a work boot. They're real comfortable. They're really good for running around on like rocks and running around in the woods, but only when it's dry. Like, they're definitely summer forestry shoes, because immediately, as soon as water hits them, my socks are wet. I've been trying to be really careful not to get my feet wet in those today, and they're already damp. Dry, warm socks. Oh, my feet are so cold. See, like this little tree break right here? I watch Sasquatch videos where people out in the woods, they actually get excited about those. Like, here's another little bent tree. It's broke over. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. See, the thing that's interesting about these little tiny ones is there's no way wind can break these. I mean, you can tie one of these things into a knot. They don't break. So something definitely pushed through here and broke them off. But, I mean, I'm finding trees as big around as my head that something has broke. Like those, so I usually don't even stop and reference those little breaks, but I see them all the time. So this is something that I see and I don't ever really talk about, but I see it out here. This big rock sitting here. Now, it's not like a fancy rock like I saw on the log over there. The rock on the log over there, I figured that could have been a hunter that saw that agate and thought it was cool. So they picked it up and set it on a rock. But I see rocks like this in weird places. I mean, that didn't get put there by raging water. There's no way. Didn't get put there by wind. It got put there by one of two things: a human or a Sasquatch. And I don't know why a human would set a rock right there like that. So I decided to make a little rock statue, and I left one apple and one orange. I'm not sure if they're even around, but 2 times now I have heard a rock go clank, 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 like bouncing rock on rock, which one of them could have been just a rock that broke free from the embankment and tumbled down. But just a second ago, I heard another rock that came from that direction. And I mean, I didn't feel like it was being thrown at me, like it was an aggressive attempt at anything. And it could have been anything. But that's one of their things they're very well known for, is throwing rocks. So anyway, I'm curious if next time I come here, that statue will still be there. It's pretty floppy, like a hard gust of wind could probably knock it over, so. Oh, I just heard another rock. I just heard another damn rock. I wonder if that got picked up on camera. Where would those be coming from? Huh. I don't know. So my GoPro, I'm not sure how selfies work out with this thing. My GoPro's dead. I have like 10 batteries for it, but of course I didn't bring extra batteries for the GoPro. But I'm getting ready to head back to the bike. I have no clue if this is focusing or not, but I just set up a new game camera. And I picked this spot because there seems to be multiple game trails coming down this hill. And there seems to be, it looks old, but a little beaver dam right there. And it's right next to the upside-down trees. I'm gonna put game cameras out here at the end of the winter. I'm gonna put a bunch of them out here, all around the upside-down trees out there. This is an old, ancient, uprooted stump. All of that, those are roots coming off of it. And that right there, at the very base of it, which would have just barely been sticking out of the dirt when it was planted, that's about 7-8 feet wide. Just an old monster tree. Well, it's time to start heading back. I haven't checked those game cameras yet. Oh, I'm nervous. Oh, I have such high hopes for them, and I don't feel like being disappointed. So I'm just gonna wait till I get home and put them on the tablet. But yeah, my plan is in the very early stages of spring, I'm gonna put a bunch of game cameras down here, like 4 or 5, because this area is definitely important to the Sasquatch. I would think that they come here every year. I mean, this is where I saw one from here. I mean, it's just up that hill, maybe 500 yards, maybe less, I don't know. So, considering I saw one very near to here, and that accidental footage of the bright red head of what I believe is a Sasquatch, that wasn't far from here either. So I consider that 2 sightings I've had of Sasquatch, both very near to here. And I mean, considering that they have this monument of upside down trees all around this spot, I mean, it has to have meaning, it has to have importance to them. This old giant stump actually makes for a perfect bridge too. And look how wide that is. Can't even really show you, but that's like a 5-6 foot wide path up an old log. Goes right over the creek. God, I should have put a game camera right here, now that I think about it. But I'll see what that one can do. God, I hate leaving. I know one of these days I'm gonna run into one.